What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing this week's episode of Friday Night Smackdown. This is the February 13th edition of Friday Night Smackdown. Basically, it's me giving my opinions and thoughts on every single segment on the show. Segments and matches. So let's get into it. Show kicked off with Tiffany Stratton cutting a promo, basically saying that she's going to win the Elimination Chamber and she needs the title. Basically saying that the world title misses her, which couldn't be more true, honestly. Jay's world title reign has not been good. I think that's objective. That's not even an opinionated thing. This week was her first title defense in 100 days. That's genuinely insane. The first feud was her and B-Fab, I'm pretty sure. Her and Mia Yim. Those aren't, I'm just saying, I don't know. Whatever, sidetracked. Then, during the promo, Nia Jax and Lash Legend come out. And this was genuinely funny. The fact that they were trying to... I thought it would be hilarious if they did Nia and Tiffany again. For like literally the 7th time, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Tiffany's like 6-0 against her. But both of them started talking, saying they were going to beat Rhea and Io for the tag team championships. Lash and Tiffany were kind of going back and forth. Which that's a feud I actually would be interested in. So yeah, and then Rhea and Io come out and basically say, hey, we're going to beat you guys and stuff. Basically, yeah, all that. And then the match starts, Rhea and Io versus Nia and Lash for the tag team championships. Pretty solid match. I'm a fan, I'll be honest, I'm a fan of, all 4 of the people in this. And it ended with all 4 of them, I guess they beat each other up too much, I don't know. It was very abrupt, honestly. The match got called off. They set up a table. Nia and Lash set up a table for to put Rhea through. They teased Nia Jax doing something, putting Rhea through the table, as in jumping off the top rope, which would have been interesting. And then Rhea started fighting back. Nia was on the apron, and Io did a crossbody in the table, so that was cool. And that looked stiff as hell, by the way. That was like a rough landing. But then Lash put Rhea through the barricade, the one barricade that they always put everyone through. And that's kind of how they closed it. Next up, we had Cody Rhodes talking about his qualifier match in the main event for the Elimination Chamber, saying that he was going to win. A bunch of just him talking about it. It wasn't really, super important. But it was, bitch saying, hey, I'm gonna win, all that, just, pretty normal stuff. Next up, Carmelo Hayes was backstage, and Melo was talking to Matt Cardona and Apollo Crews, but I'm pretty sure Apollo Crews hasn't been on TV. Other than his thing last week, I don't think he's been on TV in literally almost a year. Like... They didn't even say, hey, you're back. He just showed up. It was, I don't know, that's funny. Anyways, then, Apollo. Hold on. Yeah, it was just them, Apollo, Matt Cardona, and Carmelo Hayes talking to each other. I think Ilya showed up, from what I remember. No, it was The Miz. The Miz was talking to Carmelo. Saying, hey, why are you giving out free towel shots and stuff? That was it. Next up was a vignette of Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. Aleister Black was talking about Randy Orton, which I'm a pretty big fan of. If they did Aleister Black and Randy Orton as a feud, I would be a fan of that. If it's not Damian Priest, I'm fine with anything for Aleister Black, I'll be honest. And Zelina Vega was talking about her, the qualifier match for the Elimination Chamber that she has against Julia and Alexa Bliss on this episode. I'll tell you right now, by the way, Aleister Black is way too good to be just doing nothing. It's like how Mercy and Machine Guns were on main event like a week ago. Why? I don't know. Same idea. They had Aleister Black in that Damian Priest feud for way too long. I'm just saying. It's great that they're not continuing it. Like I said, him and Randy Orton would be a feud that's pretty interesting. Randy Orton is in the Elimination Chamber, so they might do something with that, honestly. I don't know. Because I don't really know what Randy Orton would be doing for WrestleMania if it's not for the world title. Honestly. Then Melo comes out to the ring, cuts a promo saying that they're going to He's gonna win. He's gonna qualify for the Elimination Chamber. They're doing a three-way with him, Trick, and someone else. I forgot. Hold on. I don't know. I forgot. Anyways, so he asks Ilya to come out, and they just say, "Hey, we're gonna do a title match right now." So that's cool. Ilya comes out, does his whole thing, about to start the match, and then Solo comes out. Solo and the MFTs come out. Solo starts talking. Solo and Mello. Solo and Mello and Ilya were talking. That's what I meant. Sorry. And then they were talking to each other, saying that Mello and Ilya challenged the MFTs for the tag team championships. That's what I was getting at. And that's pretty interesting. But Solo sent all of them to attack Ilya and Carmelo, which then led to Apollo and Matt Cardona to pull up, and they started attacking him. Started attacking the MFTs, which then led to and then Shinsuke also showed up during that as well. So which then led to a 10-man tag team match. And here's the thing, this wasn't anything like insane because it's 10 people in a tag team match. I feel like that's pretty obvious. What's like the craziest thing they're going to do? This was just a finisher spam, I'll be honest. Like I'm pretty sure Ilya did about 10 Torpedo Moscows, I'm pretty sure. Not actually, but like a lot of them. A lot of just Matt Cardona showed out. A lot of people, they did their stuff. Once again, this is also Apollo's first match, I feel like, in literally like a year. On TV, at least. So, yeah. Tama Tonga, by the way, gets the pin on Carmelo Hayes, which is pretty interesting if they're going to do that match. That's probably going to be pretty decent if they do that match. For the title, at least. I don't know. Like I said, in terms of Mello, just want to talk about that. It should be him and Trick at WrestleMania. Do that feud. Make Mello the face. Make Trick the heel. You can do whatever, honestly. They have history. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. Be a good match. And have Trick win, in my opinion. Trick is a damn star. I'll talk about that later. Because, yeah, he has a promo. He has a promo later. This 10-man tag team match reminded me that Jeff Cobb is in the WWE. It's genuinely insane how little he's done since entering. And like he debuted at Backlash in 2025. He hasn't done shit since. It's crazy. Is he even technically the tag team? Is he technically a tag team champ? I don't know. They put him in face paint like he's a part of the Bullet Club, because I assume that's why they're wearing face paint, because I think that's what they were doing with Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa in the Bullet Club back in the day. I don't know. Next up was a backstage segment with Nick Aldis, Damian Priest, and R-Truth. And Kit Wilson showed up to a big pop. Crowd likes him. Hell yeah. And he read a poem to all of them. And Damian Priest was laughing his ass off. Like, genuinely, he broke character. he was smiling the entire time. He was trying to, like, it was so... Because the other two had like a... Damian found this hilarious. It was... I don't know. I found that funny. And then R-Truth did something. I don't know what... I know it ended with him saying that Kit Wilson had a camel toe, which is kind of interesting. Next up was the three-way match, the three-way qualifier for the Women's Elimination Chamber. That was the Alexa, Zelina Vega, and Julia match. Pretty solid match, honestly. It ended with Zelina going for like a suicide dive on Julia, and then Alexa Bliss caught her with the sister Abigail. So Alexa qualified, which is pretty cool. A lot of star power in the Elimination Chamber. You got Tiffany, Rhea, and Alexa. That's three main eventers right there. I have a question, though. Is Bianca coming back around this time? Because unless it's Tiffany Stratton, who the hell is Jade facing at WrestleMania? If it's not Bianca or Tiffany. I don't know. Is anyone trying to see Tiffany and Jade again? I don't know. The first match was a squash. I don't think it'd be like this elite tier match. I don't know. WrestleMania? I don't know. I'm not trying to hate. I'm a fan of both of them, but like, I don't know. Bianca and Jade would be a bigger match in my opinion. I don't know. She's been out for like a long time, by the way, Bianca. She like it's crazy. I don't even know the last time she's been on TV. That was like June, I think. I don't know. That's when she got injured. It's crazy. Next up was another backstage segment. Tevi and Sharon was walking around, and then her and Jordan Gray started talking. So I assume that might be a tease for something, which once again would be pretty cool. Um, like I said, like also yeah. And then they cut to Sammy and Ray Phoenix talking to each other. Sami Zayn and Ray Phoenix talking to each other. And Sami Zayn was basically saying, he was just saying stuff. I don't know. He was saying, if anyone can do it, I can do it. All that. Like, here's my question: why is Sami Zayn underdog in 2026? Why are they still doing this character? I don't get it. Like, there was a little point in time where he was saying, I'm gonna be WrestleMania main eventer Sami Zayn, and people were on board with it. Like, yeah, sure. He's been doing underdog gimmicks since like 2014. And then there was like a little heel run in the 2010s and like 2020, early 2020s, before the Bloodline stuff. And it was like, okay, I don't know. Like, here's the thing: Sami Zayn as a character right now is not like the most intriguing thing, in my opinion. Sami Zayn as a wrestler, he's phenomenal. We know that. I feel like Sami Zayn haters even know that, like, their complaint towards him as his character. I'm starting to agree with them, honestly. I made this joke one time. I'm one of the only 5 people that still like Sami Zayn. I'm not saying I don't like him. He's really good, but like I kind of agree when people say his character is stale. I don't know. That was kind of the point with this the match. The 3-way with Jacob and Cody, which is another qualifier match. That's the main event. And then Trick Williams came out and just started roasting Sami Zayn. He was just going off on him. It was like, it was crazy. Trick Williams, like I said, I was going to talk about it later. He is a damn star. You can put him in the main event, and it would be completely fine. Like he is not like a, the odd one out in that situation. Like you can put him with Cody Rhodes. You can put him with Drew. You can put him with the main eventers on SmackDown, and it would be completely fine. I feel like people would be on board with it. He is over with the crowd. They do the whoop that trick chant stuff. That's loud. So people like that. And honestly, like I said, giving him a title, as soon as WrestleMania, that'd be great. Honestly, I'd be a big fan of that. I feel like a lot of people would be a big fan of that. And then Ray Phoenix came out to start the Ray Phoenix and Trick Williams match. Another good match. Ray Phoenix is damn good at wrestling, dude. And in terms of connecting with the crowd, he's not amazing at it. As a wrestler, he is phenomenal, though. I feel like that's the thing. He'll have a match. Every time he has a match, it's a banger. But they just don't know what to do with him. In comparison to Penta, it's like insane. They put Penta on TV every week, and he's like a core factor on Raw. And then Ray Phoenix is kind of just another guy on SmackDown. It's crazy. They're doing everything other than like Lucha Brothers reunion. It's crazy. Like, you can't tell me that people aren't gonna want to watch Lucha Brothers versus the Usos for the tag team titles. There's no way. People want to see that. That's like literally a dream match. I don't know. I hope they do that at WrestleMania. Probably. That's probably what I assume they'll do. Because I don't know what Penta or Ray would be doing other than a tag team match. Maybe like a 4-way tag team match with all the teams on Raw. They then cut to Io and Rhea talking to each other about the whole tag team match that happened earlier. And then Julia and Kiana showed up. And they kind of teased a Julia and Io singles feud, which, yes, please, I absolutely. If they're not gonna defend the tag team titles at WrestleMania, give me Io and Julia at WrestleMania. Like I said, I don't care what the story is, just give me it. That would be a phenomenal match, genuinely. I'm just saying, I don't know. Next match on the card is the Jade Cargill versus Jordan Grace match for the Women's World Championship. Once again, Jade's first defense of the Women's World Championship since winning it in November. It's been 100 days since she hasn't. This is her first defense. They were doing the introductions, and then Liv Morgan came out, basically saying, I know she just started talking. They set up a dinner table for her and Dominic because it was Valentine's Day. It was around that time. Yeah. And on the two plates were just 10 chicken strips or chicken tenders, whatever. Which is a terrible dinner, by the way. If that's all you, that is not good. I'm sorry. If that's your dinner, that would not be fun. I'm sorry. I understand that's like part of Dominic's gimmick. I'm just saying that's my personal opinion. And then they had the match, Jordan Grace and Jay Cargo. Jordan took a nasty bump. I think she went for like a power bomb or something onto Jade, and then Jade did like a back body drop onto the barricade, and Jordan fucking landed on it, dude. That looked nasty. I'll pull up a picture of it, dude. It was crazy. Anyway, so this match also showed, by the way, Jordan Grace is damn good at wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like her NXT stuff was good. You know, this is but like I'd be fine with her in some sort of telepicture. Like honestly, her being a champion, I'd be fine with. She's damn good at this. And then Jade won. She did like a jaded with a one arm. It was pretty cool. Then her and Liv did like a stare down, which I think it's pretty obvious she's not challenging her. So I don't know. It's kind of miscellaneous. They're gonna do Liv and Stephanie at WrestleMania, I assume. Maybe throw Raquel in there. I'll talk about that if they do something on Raw though, for the Raw review. Then there was another backstage segment with Johnny Gargano and all the other tag teams. Johnny Gargano was sad because of that's kind of the gimmick they're doing with him. He's not happy. He lost everything. He lost his tag partner. He lost the mask. He lost all the feud and stuff. So that's kind of the gimmick they're doing, where he's all depressed. And then Motor City Machine Guns and what other team? I forgot what the other team was. I'll pull, like I said, I'll pull it up. I'm doing this off of memory, so I'm trying to I might be messing up some things. Anyways, then Solo and the MFTs showed up, and then the Wyatt Six, I assume, put up a picture of Solo with like the Bray Wyatt head thing. Like I'll pull it up. I'm trying to describe it, which I assume they'll still do this, and then the graphic pulled up for the Wyatt Six. So I assume they're still doing this feud, which I assume will end in the Wyatt Six getting the titles back and get the lamp back. For some, I don't know what they might not even. I don't know what they're doing for Mania. I'm trying to think. I don't know. They might just do the feud of Mania. I don't know. And then they cut to Obafemi backstage, and they reveal that they're doing Kit Wilson and Obafemi next week, where Kit Wilson's gonna die. Genuinely, that's gonna be his damn funeral. Will be the week after. It's gonna be insane. Just another 30-second squash match, I assume. Which, like, hell yeah, dude, for Oba, absolutely. You know, probably have him, like I said, they're probably gonna do like a Braun Breaker thing where they have him do squash matches, and then he eventually does an actual feud later. But I don't know. It is cool that they're like I assume they're gonna do that direction, because they made Oba look absolutely elite these past few weeks, and I'm really on board with that. Then I cut to Drew McIntyre. He was talking about all the people in the Elimination Chamber, including LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, and talking about LA Knight and stuff. It was all of them. And they also said that he hopes that Sami Zayn will win, which is him and Sami Zayn started talking to each other, and he said that he hopes that Sami Zayn will win, which I assume is some mind game stuff. Then they went to the actual match, the three-way, the main event of the show. Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu versus Jacob Fatu versus Sami Zayn for the Elimination Chamber qualifier. This match was damn good, and I'll just talk about the ending. Cody Rhodes hits the Cody Cutter on Sammy. Jacob throws Cody Rhodes out of the ring. Jacob does the moonsault. And then Drew comes in as the ref's counting, claymores Jacob, starts beating up Jacob, tosses him over the announce table. Cody Rhodes does a suicide dive on Drew. They start brawling. He throws Cody into the ring. Drew throws Cody into the ring, hits a Claymore on Cody, and has Sami, rolls Sami over for the cover. And Sami Zayn, and Cody kicks out at 2. It was like a 2.9. It was generally pretty good. So they start fighting. Oh yeah, by the way, Drew powerbombed Jacob into the announce table, so he's completely out of this. Drew and Cody start brawling, and then Sami does a haluva kick on Drew McIntyre, which then leads to Cody Rhodes moving out of the way, hitting a crossroads on Sami Zayn, and a 3 count. Cody Rhodes qualified for the Elimination Chamber. The whole segment was really good. Like that got me. They did some good stuff here. I liked it a lot. And that concludes this week's episode of Smackdown. Overall, pretty good episode. A lot of star power, by the way, in the Elimination Chamber. Both Elimination Chamber matches. LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton. I assume Cody and Randy will do something, because you got to keep teasing that feud for another 2 years and not actually do anything with it. But overall, pretty good episode of Smackdown. That's all my thoughts on it. Say with me, what's the one motto we always follow? Fuck the Canes. See ya.